All right. We are now live.
Sweet.
Try something. Okay. All right. How are things going?
Good. You?
Not too bad.
All right.
I know we kind of just jumped right in. I was trying to set something up and it just took too long, so I just
It's all right.
go for it. One cool thing we can talk about is, first of all, OpenWeather is giving us full access to their API, which means that means that we'll be able to do the radar views, whereas otherwise we would have had to pay a shitload of money, a lot of money to do radar views. So so that's pretty exciting.
Awesome.
We're not going to do that today, but we'll do that, I don't know, maybe next one, maybe the one after that. I still have to pull down the data and see what it actually gives us, because I don't even really know what to expect. I haven't even looked at it. I just saw that they had a radar endpoint, and I contacted them, and I was like, hey, can we get access to this? We're not trying to make any money. And they're like, they talked to me for a little bit, and then they're like, yeah, that's fine.
That's awesome.
So that's a super, super exciting.
I am really grateful for all the generous people that we've been working with so far in this project. It's been really
yeah, everyone's been super
amazing.
generous. Eddy's been wicked generous. OpenWeather's been extremely generous. I meant to actually message Eddy to tell him that they were giving us access to their API. Because as far as I know, getting radar data like that is pretty prohibitive in general, like across all of the API providers. I don't know one where you can just get it like that. And the guys from OpenWeather were telling me that they can get it in 10-minute increments. So I believe we'll have access to 10-minute increments, which is close to Eddy's spec. I think Eddy's spec 15, but I don't think he's gonna balk about the difference there. I don't think he'll balk at anything, because he's super easy to deal with. But anyway, I'm gonna pull up his. Actually, let's go. Got to pull up his. Got to pull up his design. Actually, for people who don't know, on Safari anyway, you can do show controls, and then you can kind of.
You can do that in Chrome too.
Yeah, nice. So either Chrome or Safari, which is super awesome.
That's what I was doing last week.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So what we've got here is this bottom section with the scroll transitions that we want to get in. It looks like what we've got is we've got the time, the temperature, and then the weather, like how it says cloudy here. Up here it says clear sky. And then we got to figure out a way to pick the icons. And I don't know if their API has like a set of enums for, or has like an enum for what the actual icon is. I noticed looking at the response that there was an icon that had some sort of almost like a hex code, but I didn't get a chance to really look into it.
Well, what we can do is, I would think, is we could get a we could get the description of what the weather is, and then just based on whatever that is, show our icon.
That's true, but we need some kind of guarantee as to what we're getting, because that name that comes through, we haven't discussed this, but that name that comes through is actually localized. So if we feed them a language code, then they will give us this stuff. They'll give us this stuff localized. So I don't know that we can that can guarantee. We can use that as a guarantee for what icon to show. I think it would be pretty complex. But I do believe if we go in here, I think I actually have it, but I haven't actually used it yet. I think it's the one call. Actually, we've got, I'll do it this way because we have the stubs in here. Okay, so one call, this one right here, the icon. So I don't know if that's an enum, but or if this right here, I don't know if this is an enum of some kind or some kind of if there's like a table that like maps between this and an icon.
Yeah.
Or if this does. So I think that's the biggest question, is just how to map from the status or the weather description, I guess.
Right. I'm gonna take a look at their API and see.
Oh, and also I just realized there's this thing here too called main. That could even be an enum. So whatever this is, we must be able to get the icon from that somehow.
So weather, yeah. So weather has an ID, a main, a description, and an icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hourly even has that same type in it.
Mm-hmm.
Does this model have a name? You said it was called weather?
Yeah, it's called weather, yeah.
Okay. It's kind of interesting that they have the main and then they have a description. So it's like clouds, few clouds, clouds, broken clouds. I think right now we're using the broken clouds. I think we're using the description to build this instead of the main. So that's one question, and then from there it's just building out the scroll-based transitions, which are a little finicky, but once you get them nailed down, we can do it in like a page view. I think we'll do this kind of page view with the viewport set narrower, and then you can what you can do is you can like this will know it's like page, I don't know, 7 for example, and we can get the current page, and then we can use that to do like a 0 to 1, like a T-type double transition for whether it's basically how many pages away it is from being visible.
The thing with a page view though is that isn't whatever the current page is the only thing that you can see, isn't it? So
well, you can make the viewport narrower. So then you can bring in more onto the screen, I believe.
Why don't we do really quick, let's do like a static thing. We'll just grab some of the hourly data, put it in, and we'll just get some just try and without being too fancy about it.
Let's see here, where are we at? Temperature, wind speed.
Also, do you want to start the live share?
Am I not doing it?
If you are, I didn't get a link for it.
Oh, I am. I think the link works. I think the link that I posted on Twitter is good.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the VS Code live share.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry. Yeah, let me give you that link. One sec. Gotta remember how this works. Actually, can I just do this? What happens if I do that?
Yeah, and I can just accept right from within.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
All right. So let me know when you're good.
It's loading up. Okay.
Oh, also Dan has been spending, I think, a decent amount of time trying to figure out what the deal is with live share being slow with Dart.
Yeah, I've been following that issue.
That issue's been pretty active since I started it like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting because it's always been kind of laggy. I don't think it's Dan's fault. I think it's just a use case that he didn't even really like. When he first built the package, it wasn't even like a consideration. Because I guess some of the payload, some of the response payloads in the actual extension, Dart code extension, are like 16 megabytes or more. And when that's cruising around your own system, then it doesn't really matter. But once you start trying to send that over the wire, then you can imagine that gets pretty wacky.
Yeah. You know what I just noticed that's happening that's kind of neat? If you scroll, at least it was happening for me. Yeah, it's scrolling for me too. It didn't.
Oh yeah, there's this little icon at the top where you can follow or
Yeah.
unfollow somebody.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's good because it wasn't doing that for me previously.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Now
So
I don't have to watch you on the side.
oh,
I
I
can just
see.
watch
Yeah,
you
that's
right in
cool.
front of me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to remember where we're at here. I think it's the spacer. Is that right?
Yeah. So that's what would push the bar down to the bottom.
Should be getting something here though, right?
I do at least need to have your emulator up on the side so I can see.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming in here with some kind of page view. I might want to do this separately, but we'll start here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to pull this out as its own widget just to start with. So we're going to call this hourly weather. And then I am going to, yeah, we'll do it in here for now. I'm not too worried about it hourly. Yeah. And then we'll probably need the all weather.
Well, we can just pass in the hourly because that's what it is, right? So
True, but we already have this one data model that's just like ready to go. Although actually, I guess it gets unwrapped here, so we can. Let's just give it the OpenWeather 1 call, just because it's so easy to get.
mm-hmm.
Huh? Huh? And then to a container. And then yeah, we'll do a container, and then we'll just give it a random color for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll give it a child of center. Or actually, I'll use the alignment. Center. And child text.
Just give it like a quick height and width too, just so it doesn't look like ridiculous.
Well, let's see here. If we leave the height and width blank, we'll see what it's actually painting, which would be nice.
All right, fair enough.
So let's see what's going on here. Okay, and then down in here, where the heck did I do that? Okay, hourly weather. Oh yeah, this needs to be required. You got that? Let's see. All right. And then one call. No?
Weather call.
Oh, weather call. Whatever. Okay, so now it's going to flip out. We're going to get rid of this. Going to get rid of this, and then we'll do expanded. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's going to look really weird. And then why won't it?
I think you need to give it a controller, don't you?
No, think so.
Oh,
okay.
right.
Let's see.
Give it a background color. So you would.
Well, let's just do a margin real quick. Edge insists to all 8. Okay. All right. So the question was the viewport width, which I think you do need a controller for. Is that right?
I haven't used a viewport width for page views, so
Page controller.
let's see.
I guess it could be.
You didn't, yeah.
And then viewport fraction. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Come on, reload. Doesn't want to go less than 5. Less than half. I want to go less than half.
What if you tried it?
Oh, weird. Oh, you know what it is? I bet it's because I did. Hang on, let's just try something real quick. And does that? I don't think it will hot reload. No, it won't. That's okay. Just have to remember. Okay, so looking at this guy, actually, we've got a lot.
Yeah, it shows like 1, 2, 3, 4. It shows 5.
It's like 4. It's like
4 and like
yeah, like 4.5 or something. Because these are kind of off the side.
Yeah.
So I guess
it's weird, but what if you tried to do like some division?
Oh. Okay, so that shows 5. So let's go 1/4 and see where we end up. That's not bad.
What if we tried to put just put some weather icons in there just so we see how big they are?
They're going to be too small for sure. I'm going to get rid of this. And then I'm going to get rid of this. And then let's see here. We end up actually having a.
It's like
okay. It's like a column, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it. Okay. So then. Okay. So we have this header here, which is the name. So I'll do a text.
And it'll be our one call.
And then we're gonna do
something.
This is okay. So what do we got? Name. What do we call this thing?
I think it was
weather.description.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's what it was.
Where does that get us? Okay.
I can't read that on your.
Well, let me catch up. All right.
Yeah.
Text style. Colors. Okay. And then we decided this is going to be capitalized. We're missing a. I need to grab one of these extensions. So I think it's the string extensions. And then I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was too capitalized. Okay. Where are we going? Okay. And then actually I seem to remember that for these, it's the system font. So we'll do this font family.
Dribble doesn't have GIF controls on mobile.
That's annoying. Actually, you know what? Let's, I'm going to grab this from here. We had the application name right here. I had it all figured out, I think, to an extent anyway.
open it.
Yeah, and I got to bring this into. Okay.
Oh, cool. I can just download the video from Chrome.
Oh, that's not going to work. It's going to have to be. Let's see how I'm trying to compare this guy over here.
Here we go.
Hard to say, really. So for people wondering what the deal is with this Opacity 500, it's it's just an extension that gives colors a way to do opacity that looks kind of like what we're used to from material colors. So in the same way that you do shade 50, shade 100, shade 200, it's just opacity 50, opacity 100, so on and so forth. So that's what that is. All right. So that looks all right, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll call this the. All right, and then the next one was this icon. I'm actually going to do these bottom ones first. Well, no, let's throw the icon in. So we'll do. I'll do expanded child, and then I think it's SRLAnimatedIcon. That's how it was.
Let's check.
Yeah.
SRLAnimatedIcon, yeah.
So those come in, and then we're gonna do. So this is the weather icon, and then we're gonna do time. So this is text. Weather.
Yeah, it's the time and then the temperature.
Time. Daytime. Oh yeah, it's DTA as in daytime. Did we end up having a? Okay, but he's not doing hour in that way. He's doing something different. So we'll pull this in. I'm going to pull this extension first. This is date time. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do e.ed. We'll do 2 as hour for now. And style, text style. And then we're going to just do this for now. The ball rolling. Let's see here. That word is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Where did we?
I think that was in num. Here, I'll pull that one in for you.
Okay. There it is.
Okay, so that gives us something. Let me go ahead and paste this style in just so we can get closer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing that comes to mind here is that top one, they all need to be aligned horizontally. So
Yep.
description needs to be aligned horizontally. Do you have a preference for doing that other than just putting it in a size box that's centered? That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm just looking at this back. Yeah, so it only shows one at a time. It only shows the current one.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, yeah.
Well, regardless, it should definitely be, we should align it before we start hiding them.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be aligned to the center, I would think.
But then we got to give it some kind of height, don't we? Or is there a more clever way of doing that?
I don't think we need to. Try taking out the height and see what happens.
But see, what it does is it just goes, I'll do debug painting. What it does is it just goes to the height of the text.
Yeah.
what we really have to do, I would think. Oh, well, you know what else we could do? We could put it in a stack.
So the other thing is that,
or have it overflow.
It has in the spec, it's a little bit of a distance from the top of the blue container there.
Sure.
So why not just put a
Well,
size?
let's fix the padding now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's fix the padding real quick. So
You could just put a sized box in the container. You don't need the padding around the column.
Oh, sure. We'll do that. Okay, size box. Height, I don't know.
Give it
I'll do
like
8
20.
now. More than that? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say give it like 24.
That much?
But, well, 16. Can you turn off the debug paint for a second?
Yes.
You
know what? It's halfway between. Maybe we should size the icon and then just put this halfway in between top and the bottom.
Go for it.
Maybe this is flex 221 or something like that.
Maybe. I'm going to move my camera a bit so that when I look between monitors, it doesn't look so weird.
Let me see here. I'm gonna try flexing it and see what we get. I usually don't like using flex, but we'll see what happens.
Flex. Nice flex, bro.
Flexible. And what's the difference between flexible and expanded anyway?
I haven't really quite worked that out myself.
We'll do flex 2.
If someone wants to chime in the chat or the comments, that'd be cool.
And then I'm going to take this guy here and we're going to pull that into a column. Expanded flex 2. See that puts this. Okay, so here you do flex 1, and I guess you would center this. Yeah. And then
that looks
not great, but let's see where we can go. To be honest with you, I never have good luck with flexing stuff.
It doesn't look too bad. I think once we can get
maybe this guy needs to have a. The other thing too is once we start animating them, it'll look a little bit different.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think from looking at this, it's not entirely clear to me, but I think from looking at the spec that only the icon that's in focus, like for the current hour that's selected in the middle, is actually animating.
Oh, the rest are.
And the rest are not until they're in focus.
Sure.
And they're also a little bit more grayed out and a little smaller. It's like, so when it animates into the center, it gets big, it gets a little bigger, a little whiter, and starts to actually
less opaque. It looks like he's doing it on opacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. This is definitely getting smaller when it goes off.
That's right.
Does he have the text animated in this example?
I don't. Yeah, it fades out of view. It fades in and out.
Oh, that shouldn't even be in there. It should. We should have that in a stack. For sure. That needs, well,
I don't think
that's actually harder to implement than I think was intended. It seems to come into, it like shifts into place when you move it and then it stays there. Huh.
So it seems like when you move it into place, the weather description shows up, and after like a second, it animates away.
Right. So it comes in, it moves into place, and then the opacity out.
Yeah.
So then I guess if you move to the left, does it do the same thing in reverse?
It's whenever you come in, whichever the current hour is, like the currently like selected hour, so to speak, right? Will show the description for like, I don't know, I guess it's like 500 or 750 milliseconds from what I can tell. It animates out. And then as soon as you go left or right to whichever the current thing is, the description will animate back in whichever way you go. You know what I mean? The problem with like the dribble animations and stuff in general that are posted, it's like it's a quick, what is this, like an 18-second GIF? You know what I mean? And like,
and also animating that one case takes a designer like 30 seconds to do.
Right. So there's not a lot of time shown on this, right? So we have to.
Right. It's also not clear to me if it's showing history as well as it almost like, okay, so let's say you open this thing up and it's at the current time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what it looks like. This implies that it's showing the future and the past for weather.
It does imply that, yeah. When we get the weather data, right, the hourly data, does that come with?
I don't believe there's history. I think it's only forward looking, but I believe that we can get history. I think we can get it now. I don't think we could get it before.
There is historical weather data from, hold on. Yeah, you can get historical weather data for the previous 5 days.
Is that part of one call or is that something else?
That's in one call.
Oh, that is in one call.
Yeah.
Do you have to, is there like a tag to like get it, or does it give it automatically?
Here, let me pass it through to you in the chat.
Because right here, this is definitely starting at 2 p.m.
So you have to give it.
There must be an argument, right?
I think so. You have to give it a time machine. It's called time machine.
Give it a time machine. All right, I'll give it a time machine. All right, I'm gonna open up Insomnia and see what we got here.
We can alias it and call it DeLorean.
Let's see, this is still working. Okay. Oh, they added a new field. That's interesting.
Whoosh.
Oh, I also asked them to add name. I don't know if they'll do it or not, but I asked them to add name.
Did you hear what I said?
No, sorry.
We could alias the time machine and call it DeLorean.
DeLorean. There you go. That's perfect. All right. So what does it want? What am I doing here?
So it's api.openweathermap.org/data/ like whatever. So look at the link I sent you. So it has, when you get to the one call, then you do /time machine, and then you give it like the latitude and the longitude and time and stuff.
Let me see if I can pull it open. All right.
So go to the one call API and then just search Control F history.
Let's see. Historical. Okay. 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 So this must be the. Oh, okay. So you do date time is now basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see what happens if I just punch this in. Okay, so it's one call /machine. Long and then time. I have no idea what. I wish the date time was I wish that was optional. See what happens if I do it without it, just out of laughs. Okay, I need to add time to this. What is that? That must be seconds since epoch.
Let me see if I can.
I think it's seconds since epoch.
It's the DT date from the 5 previous days, Unix time, UTC time zone. So it would look like, here, let me pass it through in the chat. Like that's their example.
Yeah. Okay. So let me try.
Here's the full text that they give.
I think that's UTC time, isn't it?
I can't really tell from, like, it's too small for me. I can't read what you're typing.
Let me try it like this. Keep saying wrong DT. Oh, my bad. I gotta actually pull it in. Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Cool.
Let me see if it matters. I gotta do this for my own curiosity. Okay. All right. So now, okay, we've got current, we've got hourly. So maybe it subs it in for hourly.
I don't know, because the API response example they give, like, it's not immediately clear to me where the historical data is.
I think what it's doing is it's putting it in here for hourly.
Oh, the hourly data block contains hourly historical data starting at midnight of the requested day and continues until 11:59 of the same day. UTC.
Oh, why? Okay. That's so annoying. Oh, I wish it was just 24 hours back, you know?
Right.
Oh, jeez. Holy moly. So we'd have to be like, we'd have to fetch 2 days essentially and stitch them together in order to not have to worry about it. Oh, man. All right. Well, do you want to just call it not in scope for this video?
Yeah,
But we've got the spec anyway.
I think so. Yeah, like, because what we want to do today is we want to get the animations, right?
Yeah.
So we can, we've
got the information. We know how to do it.
Yeah, like, we can start it like at the current time, being the beginning of the list, and then we can just scroll and make the animations work.
Yeah. I do think that having historical data would be awesome, because one thing I've always hated about weather apps is everyone I've ever had has never had historical data.
Yeah, that would be good.
But we should not do it today, I don't think.
Correct. I think, yeah.
But I've got it in Postman, Insomnia, whatever. So I feel pretty good about that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'm just watching you on your Mac, and I'm like, when is mine gonna come already?
Oh, yeah. They're nice machines to work on for sure.
For anyone on the watching, I finally ordered an iMac 27-inch, and it's not shipping for a month.
Yeah, everything is so screwed up right now.
Thank you, coronavirus.
Thank you, coronavirus. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually align line, and then I'm gonna alignment bottom center, and then I'm gonna do flex 1. Then I'm gonna do flex 1.
That looks fine. Well, I think there should be a little bit more spacing below the temperature.
Okay, let's try this. Main axis alignment dot start.
Also, we need to show the little temperature dot.
Temperature dot?
Like how we did.
Oh, yes.
What the hell is that called?
I have no idea. How do I do it? There it is.
Yeah, but do you remember? I don't know if do you remember
how I don't know. I don't think we don't need to worry about it for that one.
It doesn't look aligned.
No, I don't think it is. I think he only aligned it in the hero.
Yeah.
The header.
Yeah.
So I think we can leave it like that.
Yeah.
This is just annoying me, so I'm gonna bring this to 700. And this one, what is supposed to? This one's a little bit brighter. That one actually might be full opacity. We'll go. We'll do this for now, 900, and then we'll do this one, this top one, like 700.
Yeah.
Okay, that should get us pretty close.
Yeah, we're gonna need to use the index from the page view to tell us how
Oh,
to
yes.
how
Right.
how to animate or display stuff, right? So like we don't want to show the the weather description text if we are not on the current index.
Right. So we need some kind of yeah. So we need, let's see here. I'm going to wrap this in a builder. Turn this guy. Okay, so there's our builder. And then I'm going to say, let's see here. Or actually, it's page. That's what we really want. Current page. Current page equals widget.one call hourly index of e.
We should rename that E.
What's that?
We should rename the E.
We're going to name it to whatever you want. What do you want it to be? Weather? Point?
What's the most accurate?
Open weather hourly point. Open weather. Does this make you happy?
I mean,
uh,
I mean, as much as we love to meme about E.
oh no, I'm not memeing. I use E for everything.
No, I know, but we kid around. Like, is that funny? Like,
let's see here. Oh, we also need. Where is it? Is it controller? Controller dot.
Let's call it hourly data.
Page. Controller dot. There's an actual thing here. Where's the one? Oh, you have to no. Where's the one that's got page metrics? Scroll position? Metrics, no. It's been a while since I did this. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can cheat, see if I can pull this from another code base that I have. It's not really cheating, I guess. Let's see here. No, what are you doing? Okay. See what I can find. Let's see here. This is another project not related to this. I'm just gonna try to see if I can find the code that I did for this. What the heck? Hey, when you go look for something and you're like, I know exactly where it is, and then you're like, nope, never mind. I thought I had it right in here. Okay, maybe it's this one. All right. Okay, so given a page and a page index, okay. I'm just gonna straight up just like copy this and throw it right in here. All right, so you could do this as a Why is this? Oh, because it's got it. All right, so if we come in here, we need to do, okay, controller.add listener. I'm just going to do it right in here. I'm feeling a bit like a Neanderthal. Set state, current page equals controller.page, I think. Double current page. And then we need to dispose after that. I always forget to do this. Dispose. And then controller.dispose. Okay. So then I believe this thing should, every time the page changes, this thing should rebuild. And this should be whatever the current page is. Transition equals current page dot page transition. This page, yeah, we'll do page index. Page index. All right. Now I'm gonna, let's see here, the description. I'm gonna wrap this in an opacity.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe an animated opacity.
No, I'll show you why here in a second. So transition dot, and I'm going to say it's going to get really upset, and I'm going to do this. Okay, what's the problem? Sub from integer was called on null. So what's null? So that the problem is? Okay. All right, so that's pretty close. We got to do this. I always get this all mixed up. So I'll have to clean up. I've been meaning to clean up that little thing for a while. Okay, so that's part of it. Not all of it, but part of it.
Go back to the first index. Go to the first index on this. Nice. Nice.
I hate the physics on this. It always feels weird to me. I wish it was a little looser. I think actually he has a spec that's been pretty loose.
There is physics for page control for page view.
Yeah, but I've never been. I don't remember seeing any like ways to fiddle with it other than creating a whole new physics class. Yeah, this is the transition on this is definitely loosey goosey. You can see it has a settling at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is underdamped and this is overdamped. All right.
So physics.
I'm going to pull this into our num extensions.
There's bouncing scroll physics, clamping scroll physics, fixed extend.
Right, but you can't adjust the damping.
No.
I think it's, was it always scrollable physics on iOS anyway?
There is an always scrollable scroll physics.
Yeah, I think that's the one that they use on iOS. But from what I remember, you can't actually change the damping or anything like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's got no real constructor arguments.
Hmm. Yeah.
This is not helpful.
We got someone in the comments talking about the 720p stream being pixelated. Yeah, the problem is that the service that we're using doesn't go above 720p. Yeah, we've spoken to them about getting 1080p, and they said they want to do it, but they don't have a plan. They don't really have like a timeline for when they're going to do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and wire up these other ones. Oh, can I do this? I don't know. Sometimes I've seen it like get real upset about doing this. It doesn't like that. Not at all.
Yeah, incorrect use of parent data budget. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we can do. Let's see here. Actually, they all really need an opacity of some form. So opacity.
And we're going to want to animate the size of the icons.
Yeah. So the thing is, we don't want to. How do we do this? I think it's here.
Looks backwards.
So you do add it. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
No, that's it. It needs to be more though. So I think it's like, sorry, the other way around. Yeah. So that handles the opacity on that anyway.
Maybe it's because I'm looking at it over the stream and I can't really see it well, but
I can see it on my MacBook.
Well,
it's watching the stream.
I mean, well, maybe my monitors suck. No, I can see it, but like I'm saying, it doesn't look.
Oh, now it's frozen.
It,
what are you looking for? I'm looking for the opacity going lower.
So it all looks really faded. Like even the one that's currently in focus looks pretty faded too.
Oh, the icons are just. Oh, you know what? He's got a different. The icon's a completely different spec. Let's see here. See how these are white icons?
Yeah.
These are blue icons. That's why.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to bug him for the white version of those. I didn't even realize that until now.
Can we
can't.
He's
got the white.
Are the colors?
I can't.
Like, the colors are coded in.
Maybe you can fiddle with them. Yeah, you can look around if you want. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, so we could just.
What are they? Just white? Yeah, they're just white. Yeah, but you don't want to. Here, we should make a. If you're going to do that, you should probably really copy these into its own thing.
Right. I mean, I guess we don't have to. I guess we don't have to do that right now. We only have 5 minutes left, or I only have 5 minutes left anyway.
Yeah, let's tie down the transition and then.
Yeah, let's try to get the size animation of the current.
Let's see here.
The current icon.
Okay, so let's see here. What's this? What are they like when they're small? So we want them down to like 70. 100 down to 70, I guess.
Maybe like 85, because they're not really that much smaller when they're scrolled out of the center.
So that would imply 85. Just try something and then see what that looks like. So times. This is why I have it's so silly because this is the inverse. So okay. So that definitely that definitely transitions them. Unfortunately, they're hard. It's hard to see because it's on the blue on blue, but
right.
you can see it on my end.
Okay.
So that's good to go.
Sweet.
And then we need to do opacity on the bottom one, I guess. So we're at the widget. Opacity, and then how did I do that last one? Here we go.
Oh yeah, we also want to animate the description text out after like 3/4 of a second.
All right, so that handles part of it.
It seems strange to do that to me.
I think that from a UX, well, I shouldn't say UX. I bet that if I asked Eddy about that, he would say that he didn't spend as much time on it as he would have if he knew that somebody was actually going to build an app from his spec. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And also, if we have two words in a weather description, they both ought, yeah, bingo.
Okay, but now we're having problems here. So I really want that to be. I know this is not going to look good on the. Why does it keep doing that?
That's better.
I don't think he considered two-line as a possibility. So what we could do is we could go with, instead of description, what was the other one? It was main.
Oh, that's better.
It's all right. I prefer, I mean, visually it's all right. I prefer the having the details personally. The other thing we could do is
oh, you know what would be wild? If we animated between, you know how so like after 3/4 of a second in his spec, the text disappears. What if we animated between the main and the description back and forth?
Huh. I'm not sure how you could do like a fade, I guess, like a crossfade.
Yeah.
What I was wondering is,
or like an animated switcher.
Sure.
That just keeps going around.
So if I'm right, I don't know if I am. Here we're in spec, except for this needs to be a white icon.
Yeah.
And this animation, the treatment of this animation is not correct, and the white space is incorrect. But the scrolling and the opacity stuff and the size, I believe, is correct. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think that there might be some
and
like,
this probably shouldn't be linear.
Yeah,
so knowing to me, sorry, go ahead.
I think there might be some minutia about the animation that is not like quite there, but we're pretty close. Anyway, it's 3 o'clock. You gotta run. I gotta run. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's fine.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna tie this up a little bit, and then I'll let you know where I ended up. All right.
Okay. Cool.
All right,
Thanks,
man. Have fun.
And bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Okay. I'm thinking what I'd like to do here is get that white space nailed down anyway. One thing I am going to do is, I think this one is let's go ahead and make it explicit, I guess. I believe this one is, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so we'll give it an explicit one. We'll say, okay, cloudy, and then I'm going to go in here and we are going to find the cloudy one. Which one is the cloudy one? Cloudy JSON, where is that? Oh, icons, Lottie, here we go. Cloudy.json. Goodness. Come on. All right, do we have colors in here? We must have colors in here somewhere. If these are colors, I don't know what they are. I was hoping I'd be able to come in here and just fiddle with it. I was looking at the SVGs earlier. I was mistaken. Some of these must be like, some of these must be colors or something, but I don't know anything about the Lottie spec to really say. For all I know, these could be colors as well. All right, so I'm not going to worry about that. What? So let's see here. We're going to go description. I'm going to get rid of these flexes. And then this one, I'm going to get rid of this flex as well. Okay. This one, we're going to just go up to the top and we'll say description. And then at the bottom, box 12, 8. Okay, and then, but the problem, this thing keeps freezing up on me. The problem, we still have this double line problem. The rest of it does work. Unfortunately here, you know what? I'm going to take this. We're going to go back to, I can never read these things. Let me turn this guy white real quick. So you can see that it's actually, that transition is actually working. Why are some of these lower than others? Oh, it's because of the it's because of the text. I see. So we got to nail down this thing here for sure. That's decent. That is decent for sure. I still don't, this needs way less damping. You should be able to slide through like, I don't know, five of them before it stops you. And when it comes to stop, you should go, because that's how they have it spec'd here. When this thing runs, it comes in, he swipes it, and then it settles. It takes like about a second to settle. But we have the basic concept working. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get these the white border. I'd like to get these the white border. so that that's in spec. And then I would like to get these physics to not be so highly damped. It should be looser. And then probably put some kind of curve on that. So it doesn't look so mechanical. Probably like an ease in out. Maybe we can do that real quick. And then for the size, expanded. Hard to say. I think it's kind of take it or leave it. All right. And let's see here. What else? I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and set this color back to the primary color. All right. I think I'm going to call it. So the things that still aren't in spec is we've got this question of this has got a 2-line possible. The design seems to only account for 1 line. But that said, the design doesn't have the line. It's divorced. It's separate from the actual page view. It's not in the page view like we have it here. So that's something that we should be aware of. The rest of it looks pretty good. And I'm going to call that a wrap on the bottom for now. I got to reach out to a couple people, make sure I can get these assets all cleaned up and figure out what to do about the top. But our page transitions for the bottom are handled. We answered some questions about data coming in. We still don't have these guys, the actual icons, wired up. You know what? Before I go, I'm going to see if I can find out real quick what OpenWeather has to say about that. So we're going to go to API doc. Okay, weather. So it's this question of icon. How to get weather icon ID. How to get icons. Oh. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, so we've got the IDs here. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so 2XX, the 200s are thunderstorm, the 300s are drizzle, the 500s are rain, 600s are snow, and the 700s are, oh wow, this is things like volcanic ash, tornado, smoke. And then we've got clear skies, and then we've got the 800s are basically sky, like cloudiness from none to lots. Okay, so that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to map icons because there's a much smaller list here of icons. So I'm going to see if we can do that pretty quickly. First things first, I'm just going to go ahead and commit this stuff. So we'll leave this code in here. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it is useful. And then the weather screen, we have added in the hourly weather page view. And then here's the hourly weather page view, and this looks pretty good. let's go up here and we'll say, is hourly weather in a page view, in a horizontal page view with opacity and size transitions based on scroll position. Right. So let's go ahead and say add hourly weather with scroll transitions. Okay. And then let's go ahead. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So we're going to come in, we're going to say, let's go to services, OpenWeather. Oh, I'm going to run watch. So that's the build runner watch command along with some other things. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to endpoints, one call, and then we have, where's the weather? Open weather hourly point, and then open weather description. Okay, open weather description icon. All right, so icon is actually, I think we can call this an enum. And it's going to be, we'll do it based on the description, okay? So we'll say clear sky. So this is going to be enum open weather icon. We'll say clear sky, few clouds, scattered clouds, broken clouds, shower, rain, rain, thunderstorm, snow, mist. Okay. And we're going to say JSON key, I think we can do this. JSON key, and then, oh, interesting. So it can have two different, okay, so we got day and night. We might even want to do it this way. Let's do it that way. That should get us where we need to go. All right, so I think let's check. We've got our stub responses in assets, stubs, get one call. So the icon is coming in as O2N. Okay, so then we can come in here and we can say JSON key, and this is going to be O1B. And what's the problem here? Name, is it name or is it key? Name, 1B. Okay. This is O1N. And I'm going to break these out because I find it hard to read otherwise. Okay, so we got O2D. And we've got scattered clouds is O3D, O3N. And then broken clouds is O4D, O4D, N. And then this one is O9, D, 9N. The rain is O10 or 10, D. And then 10N. Oh my gosh. I didn't kill these. And okay, we've got 3 more, and then we're done. So this thunderstorm is 11. Right, and then we've got 13. Then missed. All right, let's go ahead and just kind of get these side by side so I can look at this real quick. All right, so we got clear sky. Okay, these are all D, these are all N, they all match. Okay, so we're gonna go O1, few clouds, O2, scattered clouds, O3, broken clouds, O4, shower rain, O9, rain, 10, thunderstorm, 11, snow, 13, mist, 50. Okay, now we're gonna go through, we're gonna say day, night, 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 day, night. And then we're gonna say, okay, I think that's good. I believe I can put this in like this. Okay, let's see what we end up with. So I'm going to restart this and see if anything breaks. O2D is not one of the supported values. I've got it right here though. Is it key? Hang on. Let's look it up real quick. We'll say JSON serializable enums. Oh, you know what? I think it's JSON value, not JSON key. Is that right? JSON. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to search for this. We're going to replace it with this. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. Okay. So we've got those. I'm going to go ahead and pull this into its own file. Weather icon. Go ahead and weather. Cloudy sky. Okay. All right. Weather condition icon, i.e. icon. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and do a little restart here. All right, now I'm going to come in here, and what we've got here is we have widgets, animated icon, and then we've got our own list of icons here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to adapt from this animated icon, this OpenWeather icon, to an animated icon type. So I'm gonna do and I'm going to do an extension. I'm going to do adapters in here. We're going to say extension animated icon adapter X on OpenWeather icon. And then we'll say animated icon type get as animated icon. And then we'll do a switch block here. So we'll say switch this. Okay. For sake. All right. So now we've got that, and we've got OpenWeather. Where was it? We on OpenWeather animated icon type. Okay, so now here's our list of possible results. Okay, so actually we do have a return animated icon type dot clear sky day, clear sky night. Okay, we got few clouds, scattered clouds, broken clouds. So this might be return animated icon type dot cloudy. But we do have partly cloudy. So what's the difference between few clouds, scattered clouds, and broken clouds? Those all seem like the same thing to me. We need like a cloudy. So I guess scattered clouds is what I would consider cloudy. And broken clouds and few clouds, we'll say return animated icon type dot partly cloudy. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to that. Okay. So we're going to say clear okay, so now we've got rain. And then we've got rain. Actually, these both need to be in here. So rain, and then we've got thunderstorm, so thunder. Say here and say return animated icon type dot thunderstorm. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of what my day-to-day programming looks like is just wiring stuff like this up. Let's see here. Return animated snow. And then we've got windy, but I don't think we have windy. And then we've got tornado, but I don't think we have tornado. And we have mist, but I don't think, oh, we got fog. Okay. So return animated icon type dot fog. See if we're missing any. We've got clear sky, clear sky. We've got cloudy. We've got fog. We don't have hurricane. We got partly cloudy. We got rain. We got snow. We got thunder. We don't have tornado. We don't have windy. Okay, so that actually handles a lot of them. So let's go ahead and it needs a default. So we'll say default OpenWeather icon clear sky. Oh, animated icon type that clear. Oh shoot, was I looking at the wrong one? Oh, clear sky. No, we're good. Clear sky day. Okay, so that should handle that. We got our adapter. Now let's go ahead and wire it up. So we're going to go to OpenWeather description. No, we're going to, I got to close this up, start over. Lib, screens. Actually, we're in widgets, and then hourly weather. And then we're going to go down to our animated icon. And we're going to say, oh, he changed it. What is it now? It's hourly data. Hourly data dot weather dot icon dot pull this in. So we're going to say adapters. Where we at? It's weird. Okay, icon dot as animated icon. Huh. Cool. All right, so that's wired up. Awesome. And then I'm going to do the front page one as well. So we're going to go to weather screen, and we're going to the very top. Where are we? Okay. And then this is under weather call. I think it's weather call. Yep. All right. So we've got type weather call dot current dot weather dot icon as, and of course we need to come in here and we do adapters. That's animated icon. Boom. All right. Very cool. So we got those icons wired up now. Oh, it's kind of a pain to do, but once you got it nailed down, well, it's nailed down. That's what building equity is all about. It's a pain, but once you got it nailed down, it's nailed down. And really what we're doing, this is why I like the concept of technical debt. There's also technical equity. When you're building this stuff, you're building out technical equity. It's unlikely that we'll ever have to touch this again. And it's wired up. We're good to go. We can commit this and we can get on with our lives. So let's just double check all this stuff. That looks good. That probably should not be committed, but that's all right. And then we're missing some of the things. So we got adapters. We added this here. Get the icon, this. We got this guy as well. And we got our stuff wired up. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're going to say wire up OpenWeather icons to Eddy icons. Good enough. All right, everyone. That's all the time I've got for you today. A good solid hour and a half of writing software. Basically, what we did is we went ahead and set up this. Little hourly weather chart at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do a little refresh. Looks like it's working pretty good. We wired up the icons. These icons are currently animating even when they're in the background. So that's actually not the spec. That's something that we should probably handle. But the other thing too is this is supposed to have like a white border instead of this blue border, and I need to ask Eddy, the designer who's helping us out with this. I need to ask him for just to make us a flavors with those white borders. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I feel like there's something else I was going to tell you. Oh, if you have time, I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and look at the OpenWeather services section, the way it's set up. I've put up a little README that kind of goes over my thoughts on why I architected it the way I did. I've been having problems recently with services being like, okay, what's a repository? What's a service? Where do you do the caching? Where do you do this, that, and the other thing? And I know that that example is kind of trite, but once you start building things out, it actually gets pretty complex pretty quickly. You end up spending, in my mind, you end up spending a lot of time just trying to figure out what to name things and where things should go. So I had this idea to instead build features. And when I say features, I don't mean like a customer facing feature. I mean like what features would the service have? So right when we first started, our OpenWeather service only had fetching data as a feature, okay? And then I was like, okay, but we need to add persistence. So now I have persistence added as a feature. And I said, okay, but we need to poll every 60 seconds to make sure the data is fresh. So now we have polling as a feature. So our OpenWeather service has fetching, persistence, and polling as features. So now it works offline. Now it's always fresh, and it can get data from OpenWeather. So what I did here, and this is actually a pattern that I remembered from Uber's RIBS architecture. And what you do is you create these mixins, and you have the mixin specifies its own dependencies, okay, and then you mix in on the dependencies, and then you build like a tiny slice. So all this mixin is it like does the fetching, right? Fetch weather one call, fetch current weather. That's all it does. And then you have a persistence, which is mixing in on dependencies of shared preferences. And then here you're persisting OpenWeather one call, you're hydrating OpenWeather one call. Same with current weather and hydrating current weather. And then polling, this is a little ridiculous, but just bear with me because I was trying to think of it in like feature sizes. So polling is literally just every 60 seconds, fire an event on this on stale weather. Then what you do is you come in here and you stitch all these together. So class OpenWeather is a class that has all these features. So each of these provide the feature, and then this provides an API that is opinionated and just uses those features. So this is a stream that fetches from two different endpoints, okay, and then actually first it fetches from storage. So it fetches from storage, so that's offline. If there's something there, it will show it, okay? And then it will concurrently call for our weather data from two different endpoints. And then when that comes in, it will present that. And then it will wait for this on stale weather event. And every time it fires, which happens to be every 60 seconds, it will go ahead and fetch from the server. And every time it fetches from the server, it also persists the data. So that's kind of what we got going on. And I'm not saying it's the best way to do it. I honestly have never seen a quote unquote best way to do anything in software, but it seems to work really well in this particular use case. And if you have time, take a look at it and let me know what you think. And yeah, you can get me on Twitter at Luke_Paghetti, and just let me know what you think of doing services this way. Because I've noticed that seems like a lot of big companies, they focus on composition of features instead of worrying about like what is it called? It's not composition, it's It's like when you not implement, it's when you extend, whatever it's called, when you extend classes upon classes upon classes upon classes. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but in any case, it's just I thought it was an interesting way to do it. Again, I don't think it's the best way to do it, but it is a way to do it, and it seems to work pretty well. So would love to hear your thoughts on that. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. The previous streams are recorded. If you go to the Git repo, then you'll see a link to all the previous streams. And I will say that one thing that we do is we'll do work in between streams just to kind of get things set up for the next stream. And if there's something that we did between streams that you want us to discuss in more detail or even do it again, I'm totally happy to rehash some of the stuff that we've worked on. And re-architecting the OpenWeather service was one of the things that we did not do on stream, because it took about an hour, and I just kind of sat down and did it. I didn't really, it's one of those things that just kind of, I just thought of randomly. I think it was in the shower or something. I thought of it and I was like, oh, we should probably try this out. So anyway, that's what I got. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it. And thank you to Eddy Gann and also OpenWeather for not really sponsoring, but really contributing a lot of effort into this project. So we really appreciate that.